preference now to just lock down angles rather than take the aggressive peaks.
Okay, so here we go. Pistol round underway. It is the ESL Pro League Finals, ladies and gentlemen, between Titan and Navi, and we're seeing a bit of a setup over at the A site. It's a bit of a 3-2 split as well for Navi this time around. What do you favor normally for this one? Actually, I'll come back to you in a moment, Devil, because they're moving in already. That's big investment already with the double smokes. Quick Apex tagged up, forced back out of this one. That means they are going to get through onto site, but look at the rotation. It's a complete fake. And while they've took over A, SmithZz is off, and this is a beautiful dummy for Navi.
Yeah, Titan with a major over-rotate right now, actually completely committed to this A site. They're even going to get boxed in. RPK is going to take out Zeus, but then Edward gives it up. Edward tells them, wait a second, are you sure about this, guys? Is it really going to be happening over on the pointy ladder? I think not. The bomb is about to get planted over on the B site.
What is happening? Here they come. flamie and Edward have got a hell of a task on their hands here. SmithZz is the man that's left on site, but they're back in kitchen. They're covering off. Edward covering the pixel angle, sees the fire, isn't going to get drawn out, isn't going to show himself. flamie is going to get taken down. That's SmithZz as they move through. Kits out one, doesn't get the second, but finally manages to get him down, gets a third as well. And now he's all alone. Can he get a fourth? Yes, he can. Can he go for the ace? RPK. He's got to go for the defuse. The time is ticking. He has to stick. He's got a kit in his hand, but he's only got 5 seconds. He's going to go for it. He's going to stick it. It's going to be the ace for Edward. What a start to the finals.
Yeah, and it is such a beautiful round, and you have to give credit to Zeus. When they got that headshot on Apex, they actually had 3 members actually holding a B push, and just Apex on his own on the A side. And once he got tagged to 2 HP, they just rotated everyone, because Apex, he was afraid of dying, so he just rotated. They had no information towards that mid link. It was all smoked off. So just beautiful play from Navi. They kind of overextended with the A players. They should probably have backed off, but beautiful play by Navi and Edward.
All hail the king.
Wow.
It's the return. I mean, that right there, you know, we're speculating, but an ace, a pistol ace to start off a grand final, that's going to fire Navi up, if anything will.
And there's so many things to talk about in there. Someone, you know, helping get in the Tech 9, getting the armor on them. It's just like, hello, Olaf Meister. This is what you've done before.
Maybe Edward will join Fnatic.
Well, maybe, you know, maybe that's what you're here for. You're scouting the opposition, who knows, but...
Recruitment period is...
So the new smokes, of course, B-Box completely opened up on Cash. We're seeing that smoke off onto short there. Is this going to be a push? But instead, Apex coming back around from Palace there to pick in the first one up. Will try and get the second one, but Edward coming up connector will stop that dead. And this is a pretty aggressive move from Navi, but it's being stopped dead in the tracks. This is a great second round take coming out from Titan.
I'm wondering if Titan have any refrigerators they want to sell or some air conditioning units, because this is like the sickest sell that we've seen in the century. Like, Navi have just walked into a stack without turning around. Titan have done such a good job of hiding just how many people are actually on this site. So Navi, they took the bait. They just walked right into it. And Maniac, fitting that he gets the final frag. What a comeback there.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused, but they were kind of walking up one-on-one, and Apex just completely did damage all over. And I'm confused to see why they didn't pick up like an SMG or a Tech 9 and actually bought some Molotovs to actually clear out that shadow spot.
As it is, SmithZz has got himself that scout still, and we are seeing Navi this time changing direction. flamie lining up the smoke. I'm pretty sure that's coming SmithZz's way in a moment. Nope. He was lining up for it, but chose not to go for it because, well, I don't know why. Simply put, Zeus is in underpass. SmithZz gets a peek, and that's going to force Zeus to back away from this one, you would hope. And this is going to be a B play. I'm pretty sure RPK may well just heard footsteps.
He did. Yeah, he certainly did. He heard the run from Zeus, but Zeus is just hauling, and those are the only steps that RPK heard. So it could just be, you know, they haven't really got much info apart from, hey, we just know that one guy's been in underpass right now. There isn't a whole lot else to go off of. The smoke's coming in, however. That should be the sign here. That should be the signal for Navi, well, to go, but also for Titan to lock it down.
They've got 3 people already. SmithZz is just on the van. There he is. Hops up, scouts. flamie runs straight into Maniac. Doesn't get the second. Edward and SmithZz managed to get them kills there. And they have gone towards site. SmithZz forced back to bench. But the team kill comes through. That is not what you want in the 3rd round of the game. We've had a lot of team kills throughout the last 2 semi-finals.
Yeah, they actually... It was kind of a weird scenario because they actually they threw the smokes, and I actually think the Navi would be more successful if they waited like 5 seconds before that push, because they had free control to actually get those 2 men on short and get in the flank. It was a bit mistimed, like 5 seconds more waiting before they pushed that apartments area, and they would have just smashed them in like this.
In a vice, essentially. Yeah, there was a little bit of an off timing there. I'm wondering if Navi, it also could be nerves for Navi as well. It's been so long since they've been this close to a title. We may have just a couple of things that need to get ironed out here. But what's getting ironed out right now is the creases in Navi's lineup. They are just getting pummeled into the ground. A near perfect anti-eco there for Titan. So that's going to allow them to develop some of that bank that they're going to be relying on going into this next round, which is going to be a buy round for Navi. What is painful to see is that Guardian doesn't have the money for an AWP, so I really wanted to see him get that scoped rifle because Kenny now has his on the CT side.
Well, Edward, of course, got that ace to start things off. He hasn't hit anything since, and Apex is already up to 7 frags, just 4 rounds in. Kenny S finally gets the AWP, and there is his first kill with that one. The scout working almost just as well. Guardian taking some steps out along with the rest of his team. They've made a full push here. RPK, as of yet, hasn't made his presence known, and he's going to come out. They're completely flashed up. Will try and catch them down, but flamie reacts quick. Knew the position, and Guardian also. And now Titan on the retake. They haven't got close to getting that bomb plant down, though, and Titan are in a good position to hold this.
And there we go, the pressure, basically. The smoke that should be blocking off jungle, and there it is. They just have to worry about electric or stairs, and Apex is going to get overwhelmed. No, he will not. He flicks and gets the headshot. Guardian there to return, but then Maniac steps out from CT, and that drops the bomb out in the open. Edward now in a 1v2 scenario, and Kenny rotating around to get eyes, and he's holding very passively as well, but that angle just too powerful, and Edward not able to get around it fast enough to catch him off guard.
It actually seems like Navi is playing maybe too fast for their own comfort.
Yeah.
You know, it's gone 15 seconds and they're already up on the A side. And it seems like maybe they are changing things up too early. I mean, they haven't really tried their slow style yet.
It was a bit confusing because obviously there was no smoke there, so they kind of like just tentatively walked up the ramp and went, guys, anyone? Okay, let's see what works for him. Edward tries for the deagle, gets a little peek. But that is about all, and gives him the information that, hey, there's someone here, backs away. Underpass is where they're stacking, and Existence and Kenny S have their eyes on the prize.
They'll be all over it right now. They have to worry about some of the bigger firepower here, but this HE nade could be disastrous. Oh, so much damage, and now this is going to be a quick cleanup for Titan. They should be able to just wrap everything, although SmithZz does manage to get Existence in the end. Guardian going for that long-range P250, not going to connect, but that money nade right there, full Kobe.
And it's surprisingly to see Titan actually winning these anti-ecos so cleanly, because that's mainly been their issues throughout this tournament. And them stepping up and actually fixing those issues before the final is so crucial.
We'll see how it works out again. Oh, for Kenny S has been set up this time. He's going to hop over to short, but he's been smoked off already. So Navi are going to get themselves a little bit of mid-control, but they're going to be... The second they peek out there, they're going to be straight into the crosshair of Kenny. Edward has been playing this position actually a lot recently for Navi, but right now Guardian is going to land the shot. That's what he needed. Apex also gets himself one. Apex tucked in underpass, but they know he's here. He's going to come out. He will get Zeus down, somewhat surprisingly. But Guardian's opening shot, is it going to be enough? flamie into sandwich.
They may have bomb control here as well. Maniac, he needs to win this duel versus Guardian, and he gets it. Hits that timing perfectly. And somehow Titan have been able to turn this around despite losing their AWPer. They come right back into it with 2 big kills from Apex. Maniac now has bomb control. They don't have to worry at this point. Existence wins the duel versus Edward, who had been lurking around trying to get a window play.
It's a really weird situation here between RPK and flamie. They've been holding that angle for the last 20, 30 seconds. And flamie does finally find Apex, but... sorry, RPK, but Apex knew he was already there. So, 6-1, good lead opening up for Titan here on the CT side.
And I think something we have to point out here is this, what is this, the return of Apex all of a sudden? The man who struggled for so many maps to get anything going, any kind of momentum going for himself, and he's sitting on 11-0-3 right now. I think this is a huge thing here for Titan. They really do rely on Apex to generate frags, and if he's doing that, this makes them so much more powerful.
Well, that was the double up setup from Navi, but Edward already cut down by Kenny S. We've seen an interesting angle on this one, especially the Mirage setup, that window, who gets there quicker, and more importantly, who can peek. We believe that it's been the CT that has the advantage now on that peak on that mid lane.
Yes, and yeah, I mean, I kind of want to irritate again on the Apex thing because it seems like he's more aggressive now than he has been in when he hasn't been successful. So it's great seeing he's going. I think Inferno last against in the semis. I mean, that's when I really saw him being so aggressive again. And they gain so much map control from it as well. So it's not only the kills, but also the map control.
That's always been Apex, right? Though he needs to be feeling confident in himself. He's the kind of guy who needs like 2 hours of DM at the beginning just to get his eye in. And that really does make a difference as far as his performance is concerned. But he's already had a semi to get warmed up in. And now it looks like he's coming in strong to the finals. And already they do bring it back, but it's a quick 1-for-1 trade. Instead, however, this is going to be an A take from Navi. They've drawn the attention of Titan to that B site, and now they're looking to pounce. And Guardian gets the kill onto existence. That is key. It allows him the time to plant the bomb.
He's going to get RPK coming around, but they've both got themselves pinned into this corner. No grenades, though, unfortunately, for Titan, which means they won't be able to cover them off. flamie finds himself one. Guardian lands the tag on RPK. And now he's going to try and push on through, but flamie in dark will cover that one off. And Navi do get themselves the plant and the round. And that is important to slow things down for Titan. They still, again, though, have a heck of a lot of money. 10K on Maniac. Everybody can buy it straight back up.
And this is actually dangerous for Navi winning this round, because if Titan actually brings this back, they're in huge trouble money-wise.
Actually, I think they are spending most of it. They still have a little bit of a float going, but and they might decide to force. I don't think so, though. I mean, it is going to be cutting it really close. You're right. So we're not in double eco territory, but certainly giving up another round for Navi.
I really like this double AWP setup from Titan. They've been losing entries, so stop it with a double AWP.
Yeah, Existence choosing to go for the AWP. kennyS went aggressive aim Palace as well with his AWP. He's been holding that mid window so long, but Zeus is going to make sure that's smoked off. Second smokes and flashes going over to short. And this is going to be a leading run from Navi as they make their way into the B site, but Titan have read this one pretty well. They're already in position for it.
They've let Zeus to lurk around, basically. He's going to be able to get into window and start trying to pick apart this defense, or at least cut it in half. Kenny has found that kill on flamie to start, however, so Navi now down a man and very limited on gear. Guardian, though, with that long-range peek, he's going to be able to pick off the man who is holding on balcony. Apex is going to fall back to Van to make sure that he covers this spot so that they cannot come through apartments, Navi, and that bomb is making its way up there as well. If they can drop SmithZz, this would be big, but they have to worry about short first, and RPK gets overwhelmed.
RPK does get taken down. Apex senses they're around there, manages to get one, will get a second as well. And is that the damage done? SmithZz is going to get the bomb plant, but this is a one-on-one. Kenny's got to make tracks to get back around here. He's already picked up 2 in this round, but SmithZz can set up a defensive situation.
He's actually sticking with this AWP.
Yeah.
This is it. He's going to make it work. This is Kenny basically imposing his will, saying, I don't care about any changes. I'm sticking with my wife. I'm sticking with my wife, basically. This is it. So now he's playing the angles right now. We're in this 1v1 scenario here. He goes leaping around the corner. Man spray from SmithZz, and he just catches Kenny off guard so badly that Kenny goes for a kitten impression.
Yeah, and now actually Titan in trouble. They are going for a force buy.
Yeah, this is something that Titan have been turning to more and more lately. Just no fear, only dreams.
Is RPK actually buying something?
Why is RPK not buying it? He's on the edge.
Not moving though. Might be a pause called out. We'll see. RPK, now he's moving. But he hasn't bought a thing.
He needs to buy something. He needs to buy it now.
I think he's got a problem. I think we're going to see a pause coming out here. flamie does get Existence down. RPK finally leaving the CT spawn, but
might be to save actually money for the AWP for kennyS. kennyS actually picks up a kill there in the middle.
That's important as well. It's Edward that's going to make him a little bit more blind here. Apex does manage to go for an aggressive peek and makes it pay off. RPK, he's still holding this line. He's only got the USP. What? He gets the headshot onto flamie? Oh, the P250 from that range. That was huge.
I think it was his Existences. I think he managed to pick it up, get down into dark, managed to get that P250 off his body. And well, made use of it, that's for sure. 6-3 Titan still. SmithZz, though, he is on the hunt. kennyS has already backed up, though, so playing this one very defensively. It is opening up for Navi a little bit, but 4-on-2. Guardian with the bomb, making his way up short. Is he going to join SmithZz? Are they going to try and go through window and jungle? Yes, they are. Connect to move from Guardian, and they're making its way into the side. RPK is in here, and he's managed to recover an AK.
And Apex had heard this. He heard this rotation through, so RPK should be prepared. He's got that AK. He's just holding on this site. Not sure if Guardian spotted him. There's the fight, and the wall. No, the aim punch comes in, and Guardian is going to be able to get that kill. Apex luckily is there, and they set up the crossfire, and he excels. 3 kills there for Apex. And Titan, the force buy, the gamble pays off.
That's all Apex again. They get Navi into a situation where they're really uncomfortable and have to push for their luck because Apex took the control in the A apartments. And that just brings so much room for Titan. They gain so much information from that kind of panicky move from Navi, and they eventually just play the rotations and wins the trades.
You know, this is, again, another crucial round coming up for both teams. They're both so very low on money. This could determine a lot. If Titan lose a round that they just won, they could be in double eco territory, or at least like eco force buy territory. So Navi, can they make the Tech 9 and the 2 AKs that they have bought work?
It worked for them a couple of times previously in the semi-finals. It's something they were doing against those SMGs. It was almost their counter to the SMGs, but this time around they are 4-man moving towards B site. Now, Smoke's going to slow them down, or are they going to push through it? They're going to try a couple of shots through it. Maniac's going to be forced back. He's the top fragger for Titan right now, and Kenny S is in there. It's just like running straight headlong into his crosshairs. All too easy. Zeus has got to wrap back around the shore there. RPK, he's only got 2 frags to his name, and Zeus, well, he's making a bit of recovery. He gets the AWP, but he's now in a 2-on-1. And that bomb is loose. Both players in kitchen for Titan. And it's all to do for Zeus. If he goes for this plant, they're surely just going to push out. He's going to try and draw them out.
It's all about that fake plant right now. He is stepping, though. There it is, and he gets the shot onto Apex. This is big. It's going to be in-game leader versus in-game leader now. Existence holding in kitchen. 20 seconds now, and Zeus is going to continue to play. Existence decides to take that fight, and he wins out for his team. Such an expensive round, though, for Titan. So very close. But Navi not getting a plant means that they are not going to have enough money to work with in this round.
I mean, I actually liked how Titan played that. Like, they had 3 members on B. It must have been some miscommunication when actually Zeus came from short there, because he basically got 2 kills for free.
They had no idea. Kenny just got nailed, and then I believe it was Maniac long range.
And that was also a force from Navi as well. Remember, they had just the 3 Tech 9s and 2 AKs, so they've got to go complete eco in this one. Just the 2 P250s. They are, well, going to try and prod their luck. They've been using flamie actually throughout this matchup so far. He's the lone man, the lone wolf that's sent in Palace, hoping that somebody's going to push and maybe gather a gun from him or just cause a problem. Edward looks like he's about to boost into window here, but he's boosting straight into Kenny S. Oh, he would have seen the rifle there. Kenny S gets tagged. He's going to get followed through. Sees, gets himself that scout away from him. He's going to push on through, but he goes straight in. Apex quickly with the revenge kill.
And Edward lurking in connector, waiting to see if somebody's going to be peeking, and there it is. Apex peeks and takes his face off, though. That's the bomb drops now as well. They get the spot on the man pushing out from balcony. Apex, he just knows, 6th sense, where to look and when. So he picks up yet another kill here. RPK is going to weigh in and take out Zeus, and this is just going to be a very clean anti-eco kill. Not that big of a deal that Kenny gets taken out because they are able to hold on to his AWP, so he'll have plenty of money to re-equip himself now.
It's actually quite interesting because it felt like that Navi actually did like some kind of anti-strat against Kenny, that they knew the angle he wouldn't watch. They walked under and kind of heard his step and were in the right angle, and they just kind of hit him and then just charged through like really close. There was no way Kenny S would expect that.
Well, we're going to see a bit of an A play this time from Navi. They're setting themselves up for this one. They have, of course, got their full assortment of smokes and flashes. It's been a while since we've seen this one. I'm not sure if we've seen a full setup other than the first round, but that's going to quickly get countered. Existence will get that molly down. But they haven't chose to go for it. Apex, though, look at this. Look how aggressive he's gone here. Got a glimpse of Zeus' shoulder and will quickly back away.
This is just going to make it very, very awkward for Navi to actually push this A side with the... They're actually rotating.
Oh, wow. What is this call coming through for Titan? They think that this is actually a fake, that Zeus is trying to fake them out right now, and that this is going to be a B play. They instantly rotated 2 guys over to that site. Now they're coming back to the A site. Luckily, they realized their error.
Seems like there's some chaos in the communication at the moment, but still do have Apex, and it seems like Navi don't want to go for this until they get that apps control. Or Are they? Apex pushed up close here.
YNK just pointed out they have still got those 3 smokes, so if they do go for it, Apex is in a great position. Now he's checking ramp, he's going to get false information, he's thinking it's clear, but Guardian will find him. That's going to be the trigger. Navi going to push on through. Kenny doesn't land the opening shot. That may well cause some serious problems. They've smoked off jungle, but they haven't smoked off CT, so Kenny at the moment has a clear shot. Existence goes down alongside him, gets a glimpse, gets a couple of shots past him, but he manages to land the shot on Guardian, and now gets a second on flamie, and the bomb is down. 3 on 3, they have to deal with Kenny, but they don't want to show for him.
I think that they've realized that they've been infiltrated here. SmithZz is going to be able to pick up Kenny fairly easily. Why is there no communication? Kenny just walks right into the blender. I guess he felt like he was already dead anyway, so really tough position there for Kenny, and you can tell that Kenny, I think, is struggling somewhat with his ability to peek. Like, he was just so scared to step out because of how slow he is when he does it. Missing that initial shot, though, was a very big opportunity wasted there. He could have actually been had a bit of an impact to slow things down for Navi.
I actually thought that was very, very weird. I mean, they got early information, but look how they're staying on B. Both of the players are staying on B. Kenny's is taking the fight on A, and why aren't they going for a retake in a 3-on-3 situation?
The one issue is that Apex have stepped so close to pit, and I think Navi were close enough to hear that. And so Apex, the element of surprise is lost for him. He could have potentially caught them setting up for that smoke round. Instead, Navi were ready, and then they just pounced. As soon as they saw that, they got that opening, they went for it. Apex though looking to rectify 2 kills. Can't believe he's going to make it out of here alive, though. Yeah, SmithZz is going to hunt him down. Still, 2-for-1 trade is not too shabby.
Yeah, that was a fast play as well. Guardian was trying to get himself the angle, wasn't expecting Apex straight in his face as soon as he came around that underpass. Now, a lot of smokes going out. Edward making his way up short. SmithZz going through apartments. And Maniac all alone on B site right now might get busy, but Edward has other ideas. Checks out. Doesn't see anyone in window. SmithZz hoping that Maniac will try a second jump there and see if he can take his head clean off.
It seems like Titan always prefer to rotate B and go for a retake play on A, which is actually very, very viable. It was just the last round. I think they actually heard that bomb drop.
Oh, I think they believed that with that molly down, Maniac was going to be forced off van, but holds the position, gets himself 3 kills. And that's, you know, Anders was talking about this. If you land a miss smoke, sometimes it actually works completely against your team.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely, because your team is going to be going in there and they expect, okay, I don't have to watch this angle or worry about this angle because the smoke is going to be blocking it for me. And you can get caught out that way if you don't react in time.
But this game is so much Apex. It keeps getting those entries, and now we can never really play their own game.
22:08, that's so far. That's a ridiculous scoreline for him to have this early on, or at least, I mean, into the 15th round.
And it's entries. It's entry frags.
Navi have just completely been caught on the back foot so many times now throughout the first half, but it's still not over yet. They do manage to get a reasonable force buy out. I mean, 2 rifles to work with, a couple of Tech 9s, so there are still options. But if they can get 5 rounds on the board, even 11-4, I don't think that Navi are going to be too disheartened with this, with the result, because their CT side is also extremely solid.
Yep. It just feels like with Apex doing that, he's kind of getting in Navi's faces, and it's forcing them to speed up their own play, which I don't know whether they're just uncomfortable doing or whether it's just not working out for him. Edward, though, has got a wrap backside of him. That would be Existence going down with that Galil. Makes his way through. Got back up as well. That's going to force Titan to back in towards CT. They knew exactly they were there. flamie gets 1. SmithZz will get the second. And they are onto site. Kenny S once again holding the angle back at CT. Will land the shots, but Navi will come through. 10-5. It's not a bad T side for them. They have got a solid CT, as you just pointed out, but I think both teams come in fairly happy with that one.
Yeah, I mean, 10-5, I'm guessing like Mirage is more like a 9-6 kind of map, but with how much Navi actually struggled in the beginning, I think they're perfectly happy with 5. And it's just about picking up this pistol. We see a couple of nades here from Existence, and they're straight going towards that A.
No, this is actually a bit of a change up. Usually, I mean, recently Titan have been really going 5 Kevlar and looking for an all-out brawl. Now Existence actually taking the hit. He's going to be setting up.
And like you mentioned, actually setting up. They've only got flamie on A. Guardian is still with him now.
Zeus on short as well, can hold it, but this is looking like they want to get control of courtyard very quickly here. They're going to rush straight up pit. Guardian is holding, looking towards apartments. There's the flash across. Guardian trying to fall back. Apex hunting him down, and Apex will find the headshot. Edward is here as well to hold from jungle, and he could potentially pick up the kill from Furry. That's Kenny down. And then the third. No, not going to happen. Existence there to save his mate's life.
Caught out in connector. flamie's going to move out from CT. We'll try and get the tag on RPK, but Titan come out on top in the pistols this time around. And they will get themselves 11-5, and can they turn that into more?
I mean, that was a really, really good round. I mean, they just pushed and they were so close together, they would always get the revenge frag in that situation. Plus, even if those two men pushing connector would have died, they had Maniac in the underground with the perfect plant in a retake scenario.
Yeah, that was just no fear, all out, straight up brawl, and Titan just come out ahead. Now it's all about surviving the anti-eco round. We have to see if they're going to be able to keep it together here or if they're going to run into a blender situation. Edward has got that scout. He's going to be hopping around. He spots him out, gets the tag. Oh, big damage dealt to RPK and Kenny. This is going to make their lives easier with those pistols. Another shot going through. Edward just doing the damage. Nearly tags a fourth one. Apex luckily shuts him down, but there you go. Seized. He already gets the headshot onto existence.
Yeah, with that much damage done, this is quite possible for Navi. They've got the pistols, but everybody is so low. SmithZz comes in, gets one, picks himself up a Tech 9 as well. Doesn't manage to find RPK though over at the van. And look at this, the damage was done by Edward. And Navi are going to try and clean up. Maniac is all alone. He's cut up on short. They know exactly where he is. And he has no bomb plan down, just trying to tag them up. He's on 6 health, and Navi will pick up the round.
Even though Edward got no kills, he just won that round with those 3 tags. Getting like 3 members down when you don't even have the bomb plan gone, it's so hard because you're trusting teammates who has 11 HP basically to hold an angle, and if they lose that duel, your whole defense for that plant is gone.
You fall apart, and with how much damage these pistols do, even versus Kevlar, you know, like 20 HP, that's not a lot to work with at all. Although Maniac is showing that he can land some scout shots too. He takes Guardian down to 13 HP, and that gives a bit more control here for Titan to work with in mid.
Well, Zeus is up in Palace, and there's nobody from Titan pushing that angle. They are going to be coming out. They're fast pushing on through A ramp. Apex leading the charge with the Tech 9. He's going to pop around. Oh, that's misinformation. He thought he checked there. Zeus does manage to get the tags down. flamie pops out, gets one, but not the second. Zeus now coming out of apartments. The retake is on, and they are covering from every single angle. It's a 4-on-2, make that a 4-on-1, because existence is all that's left, and all he's got is a P250. He's going to run away. Not really going to save much there, honestly. He has got the head armor, though, so worth keeping hold of that 1,000.
Worth keeping hold of, yeah, that money right there, but not only that, just not feeding $600 to those SMGs. Yeah. All for that. Stay away from the SMGs. Make sure that Navi don't get anything out of that round apart from the defuse. And obviously the round win, right? So Navi bouncing back, that money, they aren't going to be able to get a big buy out of this Titan. It's just not enough, so they will be saving or going for a bit of a half buy going into the next round.
If you actually look at the scoreboard, like, Navi basically has no kills like compared to Titan. Like, look at that scoreboard, and it's only 4 rounds difference.
Yeah, that's the difference. Apex, I mean, 25 kills. He picked 22 of them in the first round, and that guy's on fire. We talked about 85 frags or something like that in the last best of 3. He's absolutely having a fantastic day. Zeus up close and personal. He's about to find time running headlong straight into this. All the money going his way right there. 600 stacking away on towards him. He's going to make it a 3rd with the Tech 9. And well, 4 for Zeus. And that's the problem. Sometimes you do try and play it fast, and if there's something like an SMG or a rifle up close and personal, it's going to go badly wrong.
And then that means that Zeus can go up to a rifle, no problem at all. He spends 3,600 this round, and he's still got 5,000 in the bank. So there you have it. You know, the impact of the money system there and how that works out now. If Zeus runs in and gets 3 kills, it makes a big difference. It's going to make it a lot easier for Navi to go for a follow-up buy if they need to. Now we get to see if Titan are going to be the ones to crack. And the one thing that worries me is that Apex has peaked too early in this map. Who is now going to step up and close the game? Is he going to be able to keep up this insane pace, or will it be somebody else on his team who has to then step up and start getting the headshots?
Well, that was maybe the difference on Dust 2 as well in the previous semi-final. Once he wasn't quite up there, it was, of course, Apex that stepped up for him. So
seems like they're heavily favoring going towards that A side Titan. I'm not sure how much control they've actually got in middle. Guardian is keeping that control for his team. Actually, leg shots Kenny has up middle. Still, they have the control, and I don't think Titan is that comfortable doing this push.
Are they going to go for a sneak? Yeah, they are. This is all sneaky. Sneaky, like straight out. Apex is going to be able to get up onto Tetris. He can even go across the stairs. He's going to get caught midair, however. flamie shuts him down and does not allow him to go any further. flamie still holding on this site as well, although he gets flanked by RPK. Guardian going to get tagged out, but he made his presence known, and that opens it up for Edward to come in and get a double spray down.
And, well, Maniac left all alone in a 4-on-1. Is he just going to try and back away and save what he can? It looks like it. 20 seconds remain on the clock, and looks like SmithZz is going to try and hunt him down, but a long way off. So, Navi will go down. 12-8 for Titan. How does that affect us money-wise? How does that affect us score-wise? Navi, well, obviously, they've got a chunk of change, and Titan are in all sorts of trouble. This is going to be probably just that one rifle they've got. Maybe going to try a split. I don't know, what would you do? What do you do? What does Fnatic do in this situation when you just have probably the one man with a rifle and the rest on Tech 9s?
Here's a Tech 9, Olaf. Go do your thing.
Yeah. That's basically it. Pronax is a brainiac.
Well, that is almost what they're doing, because they're giving Apex and RPK those Tech 9s, or more importantly, they're buying them themselves. Let's see if they send Maniac in a separate direction. Looks like he's been doing the buy-in because he's still stagnant, actually, in the spawn. And look at this. I think Titan are using this as a little discussion. There are, what, 3 people sticking around spawn?
I actually think they need to challenge Guardian in the middle. Like, they need to get an aggressive pick with the AWP. Maybe even try to get control of a ladder room on short. They haven't done that much. It's very, very easily... You can pick off the rotations very easily on the Navi side. So it actually plays a very defensively rotation game here. Even though, you know, they have their positions and now they're going aggressive. Edward, he's feeling it. But they play... It's very hard to get a pick on them. So you need to gain map controls and force the picks.
And I love how they've set this up as well, Navi. They see the smokes coming in. They've got that anti-smoke strat basically set up, and flamie from Shadow's going to strike out and take Apex, and they're just going to get shredded here. Maniac does get the running headshot onto flamie, but instantly gets shut down by Zeus, who is also camping on the site. So if a full smoke round came out, Navi were ready to hard counter it. They just had the perfect call here to deal with what Titan were going for.
Well, 11-10 still a very good score for them, but they're in danger of letting it slip away a little bit, but they're going to get themselves the rifles. Kenny S, of course, coming back with his magic stick. We'll see how it works, but as YNK is pointing out, Navi have money for days right now. 10K and a couple of the purses for these guys. SmithZz and Guardian and the guys are going to head over this time. Looks like Guardian's going for that short peek once again. And Kenny S not in the same direction this time. He wants to see if he can get a glance on towards SmithZz, but the smoke, unfortunately, will slow them down.
What we're also noticing, if we look at the scoreboard, is just how consistent across the board the frags are for Navi. And I almost like this more than what I'm seeing on Titan, where it's very top-heavy. It's this one player who seems to be doing everything. Everybody on Navi seems to be able to pick up 1 or 2 frags here and there. Everybody is proving to be a threat for Titan. So Navi are now getting into their comfort zone. Guardian continues to lock down mid, and this is always what's led to success for Navi on this map. Guardian just annihilating people.
Oh, Guardian, he's got to feel that one was on him. I had a good chat with him earlier about the shot yesterday on Virtus Pro on Neo, but that one again, he says, yeah, sometimes it just happens, and that's how you got to accept it. That's where you got to deal with it. But Zeus knows he's about to get busy. 3 members pushing up connector here. That smoke is going to keep him away. He's going to try and counter flash it. Will get caught out. flamie, good shot on towards Apex stairs there. And everybody else actually backs up. This is good defensive work from Navi, but suddenly they just get picked off all across A side.
Yeah. There you go.
I really, really like what Titan was doing. They were challenging the actual rotation players instead of going towards the side. Like they've been very unsuccessful at that on the A side, even on the B side. So I really like that timeout, and the discussion they had certainly paid off.
They always seem to be the team. I mean, it just happened versus TSM earlier, right? You know, they take the timeout, they come back, they win the round, and while history repeats itself, right? You know, Titan, they take the timeout, they come back, and they just beat up on Navi. Yeah, Edward just running for his life right now. Not the end of the world if he dies with this rifle, because he's got 10,000, now 11,000 in the bank, but every little bit counts.
Yeah, and then talking to time, it's kind of been a thing of this tournament, isn't it? Because you think of Navi, they were 7-1 down, were they, when they had that timeout and came back to 8-7? But yeah, oh dear, Zeus. Well, he got the 4K last time he pulled this out on towards A site. Let's see if he does it again. Let's see if... I don't think Titan are going to run straight into ramp this time. No, it's only existence, but he is the bomb carrier, so he's sticking around now.
He seems to be just setting up, making sure that there can be no aggression from Navi this round, but you're right. I mean, Zeus, he has been top fragging actually quite a bit for Navi throughout this tournament, and for him to be able to pick up that Scar 20 now, to have that breathing room, to be able to afford that expensive auto sniper rifle, he has had an impact with it, and he's actually taking a bit of an OP position as well, this really long line. Usually you can see it from CT, but it works from where he's standing as well. and it's just a long line straight into pit, and blind, smoked, doesn't matter. He can just hold mouse 1 and do damage to Titan as they come out of there.
Very, very spread out though, Titan. Not really sure what they want to do. We have existence with the bomb in the slope area, but they're going for that mid connector push again.
Yeah, I mean, it worked for them last time, so they managed to collapse in, and suddenly everybody got a frag all across A site. Apex is going to be the man that works his way forward, but he's been taken down, gunned down by that auto sniper of Zeus. Kenny is not going to manage to land the cross either. Guardian will get him. Edward from behind on short, and this attack has been stopped dead in his tracks. Zeus gets himself a second with that sniper. Maniac all alone, and he's just going to try and back away, but he can't even do that because SmithZz is watching him from kitchen.
This time the difference was that they went in 1-1. Like they had no men actually going for a revenge frag, so they couldn't really, like they were shot from every angle and just one-on-one duels. I mean, Zeus picks up one in slope, and then, you know, we go to mid connector, he gets caught off, and then we go back to slope and another one dies. You know, it's like the 3-second rule. You have to be closer to each other if you're doing those pushes up, especially connector where it's like 3 angles to hold.
Well, now it seems they want to go back into A pit right here, Titan. It seems like they want to set up again for a smoke round, but Zeus, this is that position that I'm talking about where it can be so very effective. Just watch them run out and hold mouse 1, and then you've got flamie who's waiting in get right. He's already going to line up 1, 2, we don't even need Zeus, 3. Just, it's like Pepsi and music right here, everything going according to plan.
I kind of feel that Guardian just stole the ace from flamie there. They were both square on, but Guardian in the background was just like, nope, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine.
Look at the, like, you see one die, wait 2 seconds, 3 seconds, then next one dies, you wait it again. They have no one to revenge frag. No one can react to that.
Explain the 3-second rule while we're starting off, because this is just pistols for time.
The 3-second rule is something like when you drive in the highway, you have to be 3 seconds behind the other car. And that's basically, you know, one of the most basic mistakes you do in Counter-Strike, where you're in a position where one guy pushes, but you cannot revenge frag. So basically, you're giving him 2 one-on-one duels instead of actually pushing for a 2 against 1.
Giving him a chance to like reset his aim, reset his focus on exactly where he's going, rather than just, you know, spraying and hoping. Not that these players ever spray and hope.
Sometimes you do.
Sometimes you do. Maybe in Spug Yellow.
Yeah. And bitches?
Bitches, yeah. 12-12, all square here, but Titan are on their full pistol. Navi, of course, setting up. Zeus, well, he's had this auto sniper for, what, 3 rounds now, so even that cost has gone against itself because he's got 10K in the bank if he just needs it.
Through again.
Yeah,
he's taking this time out, talking things through. And yeah, it seems like they're a bit split on what to do. Guess they figured out what to do now, and they're just running in there and just dying, basically.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen here. But they view this as a throwaway round. It's not an important one for them, although Maniac does have an AWP now to work with. He could actually make this a fairly expensive round. How did that work? flamie, I guess, was on his last few bullets there because he actually took a little bit longer to get the kill than expected. But
Look at the money.
Exactly. That's the real issue here. Is just that Navi have been able to chain so many rounds together and do a lot of those rounds so cleanly with the Anticos, etc., that they've just got a huge bank.
And something that, I don't know whether that's maybe what he was pointing out, but 25 frags for Maniac. He's kind of been stuck on that for a while, and that's just it. We talked about this. Once he steps off the gas, which kind of has. He picked up 22 in the first half, I think it was, and we've had, what? We've already had 11 rounds on the T side, and yet he's picked up 3 in there. Nobody else is also picking up that slack, and this is probably where the Titan steamroll has stopped dead.
Well, I would think that this, on T side, it shifts. You know, Apex, first man into the site, likelihood of you dying pretty damn high, but the man who should be following up on him, and it looks like it's Maniac right now, though Maniac is usually playing the lurk role in like Titan terrorist side. It's like RPK. I'm not seeing anything out of RPK. He's supposed to be our third man, you know, follow-up punch, and we're not really seeing the frags coming in, although Apex, right there, you know, maybe criticizing it works, right? Gets the headshot onto Zeus. He heard it.
It's the reverse commentator's curse, maybe, I don't know. Guardian, though, with a grenade, will find one. There's Maniac. So, SmithZz actually got a grenade in hand. He could get one, he could spin around and get the second. Oh, he doesn't check. Now he manages to get there, but SmithZz comes out better off. Existence has got himself in towards A side, but flamie is in dark. He's got his position completely covered off. SmithZz very low on health over on B side. Guardian's going to get taken down. flamie is going to find Existence. Not. He's going to turn it back around, and actually both these on incredibly low health. 6 hit points for 1, 12 for existence. And
Not sure actually SmithZz knows he has the bomb in the mid connector.
Seems like he's just willing to wait out the smoke. This could be the biggest nade. Oh, what? He's right around the corner. He's still alive, and this is it. Easy kill there for SmithZz.
smoke clears, gets the shot. Wow. Big round, honestly, because that would have been all square once again at 13-13. As it stands, I'm pretty sure that puts Titan into trouble. Are they going to force? They've got around 3K. It's going to be a risky one if they go for it. No, they're going to choose to save. So this is a risky save. It's going to be a map point save.
They're not fully committing. They're going halvesies here. I mean, they've lost 4 rounds in a row, so the next round they will have a lot of money, but they're going halvesies. I'm not sure. And you could go for overtime, right? But I mean, it's all going to come down to the next round right here. And this is really just, indecisive play. Do you agree with this play, Devil?
I mean, I guess, let me see the money. I guess Kenny has, it's quite weird actually that he's buying full armor in a Tech 9. I think actually, some people could have bought like a Tech 9 just for fun, I guess. They will still have all the money for all the grenades, but Kenny buying that full armor, I'm questioning that. I kind of think he needs the AWP to.
I agree. I think they need to get the bomb plant here, Titan, at all costs to have that, to have some bonus money. They get bonus $800 on top of the round loss bonus, which is now getting pretty high. Zeus catches out Maniac, who was lurking in mid. Now it seems like Titan, they're going to be going for it.
Yeah, they're going to be running straight into Guardian, though. Will the flashes come out? Nope, not even got those, of course. Everything was saved. Doesn't land the opening 2 shots, but flamie is in sandwich. Got it taken down by Apex up close and personal. Edward comes in for cleanup duty. Zeus tries to land the shots. Well, you've got to land those openers. And they've managed to get a bomb plant out of this one. Now Edward's going to track down the last man on sandwich. Guardian picks himself up. Another, and the defuse will come. But they got 2 out of it. They got a bomb plant. It was a weird partial, but now it's map point. We'll see if it works for Titan.
But the thing is, like, it doesn't really matter if they kill anyone. They have to, if they want to go for a buy like that, they have to win the round because they're making no difference at all to the money situation of Navi.
As far as Navi are concerned, they don't have to worry about ecoing for the rest of this half pretty much. I mean, it's going to take like 2 losses, and then even then they can get like a respectable like half buy-in. So now it's all or nothing for Titan. No pause this time, no timeout. We have to see what they're going to go for. And it's really going to come down to whether they can land the shots. Edward already taking a bit more of an aggressive stance up here in B apartments as well, holding that long line. So we'll see if he gets peeked by anybody.
Well, they had been playing quick the last few times, Titan, but they haven't gone underpass fast this time, and it's given Guardian. Guardian hadn't gone window, but now he's rotated back into there. Edward does C1. Let's see if they over-rotate towards it. It's not going to draw anyone's attention, it seems. Maniac managed to get away from it, and Kenny S is going to try and tiptoe his way forward. Can he get the look smoked off? Gets himself in there, tries to get a peek over at short, but Zeus in connector. Oh, he got a glimpse of 1. Tries to take him down. It's Apex. Gets him down to 22, but now he needs to try and get out because they know his position. Sees, though, all the information. Doesn't manage to get the second tag down.
Oh.
And this is a rough round for both teams.
This is wild. flamie is there to lock down that A site, so Existence can't get any kind of flank in. RPK now coming up from connector. He's going to get flanked by Edward. Just annihilates him. 30 seconds left, and now it is all on Kenny, the superstar himself, and it's not going to happen. Guardian is there to out-op him.